Hi, Max Brantley with the Arkansas Times on Thursday, August 25th. Let's start with news in Arkansas today with Thursday morning hot check call in the Sherwood District Court, where hot check cases in Pulaski County are consolidated. You may have read that a class action lawsuit has been filed over the debtor's prison tactics that are employed in those courts. When you pay off a check, you also have to pay about $400 in court fees. If you don't pay the fees, they arrest you again and they pile up still more fees. The court is worse than any bus station you've ever seen. Lines of people out the door waiting to get their justice. David Kuhn was there today. He's going to write about it on the Arkansas blog this afternoon. Take a look there to see more about it. David talked today to one man who'd had about a $50 hot check in 1999. The merchant's been paid off, but he's never been able to clear all the other fees that have mounted up over the year, and has also spent occasional days in jail on account of his inability to pay. This is a national problem, but it's highlighted by the case in Sherwood. A state criminal justice task force is meeting this afternoon in Hot Springs. They're going to hear a broad-based proposal led by Senator Jeremy Hutchinson to do something about the overpopulation of the state's prisons and whether we're imprisoning too many people. Hutchinson thinks there are 1,900 beds that can be freed by his proposal. He's getting some pushback from prosecutors who are not ready to accept that there are 1,900 people in prison who don't deserve to be there. That's always been the problem in the criminal justice system. So there's more to come on that. Governor Asa Hutchinson spoke today in Hot Springs of the Municipal League. He said he opposed any measures to legalize medical marijuana in Arkansas, though he's said some favorable things about it in the past. He doesn't want to see additional casinos authorized, as an amendment would do as well. Interestingly enough, though, he said he was undecided on the so-called tort reform amendment. This is the amendment being pushed by nursing homes and doctors to set very low limits of damages to people in healthcare situations. It would put a limit on non-economic damages. It would essentially discourage lawsuits in these cases. Hutchinson, who's been a trial lawyer, sees the other side of this issue, I suppose. In federal court today, there was another guilty plea from Maria Nelson, yet another person who defrauded the state and the USDA through its federal program for feeding poor children by making bogus claims for feeding children at a school lunch program. There have been millions of dollars stolen this way. The investigation continues. A report on welfare out today. Politicians in Arkansas believe welfare is a gravy train for poor people with unlimited money and other benefits. It's just not true. A new report today shows that Arkansas pays the second lowest cash assistance of any state in the country. Only 6% of our welfare dollars actually reach poor people in actual direct benefits. Most of the rest go to agencies that provide services to poor people, not really to poor people themselves. Jim Hall is a Republican representative candidate for state representative from Monticello. The State Court of Appeals this week affirmed a harassment conviction against him. He faces a jail sentence. He says he won't get out of the race. He said everybody's out to get him. Democratic voters may be among those seeking his scalp. If you can't tout your friends, who can you tout? In that department today, I'd like to tip the hat to Alistair Newbern, a Little Rock native, daughter of Supreme Court Justice David Newbern and his wife Carolyn. She's become a federal magistrate in Nashville, Tennessee, and she's a heck of a bluegrass fiddler on top of that. She was an Arkansas Times intern. That no doubt explains her success, not all her many law degrees and honors degrees from Brown University. And finally, the University of Texas, student activism is alive and well with their Cox Not Glocks campaign. Texas has a new law that allows concealed carry weapons on campus. A lot of the students don't like it. To show their displeasure, they're carrying around giant dildos on campus this week because it's against the law to display such obscene objects on a campus, though it's not against the law to carry guns. A lot of Texans go to University of Arkansas for the lower rates. We don't allow guns on campus either. Maybe that's a lure. I don't know what the rule is on dildos at Fayetteville. I'm Max Brantley. I'll be back tomorrow.